They sit to conduct a usual press conference after a few hours of voting, this time at Paradise Suites Hotel. They do this in almost all the elections and come up with statistics about the election. This 6th National Assembly election sees about 251 candidates contesting for a seat for their various constituencies.
The chairman and members of the esteemed decision room, members of the press here present, our analysts, our data entry clerks, communication and coordination teams, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all other protocols duly and respectfully observed. Good afternoon to you all. WANEP the Gambia, as the coordinator of both the National Elections Response Group and the Civil Society Coalition on Elections, welcome you all this afternoon to the opening of our election situation room first press briefing for the 2021 parliamentary elections. Thank you for accepting our invitation. We are most grateful. The election situation room is designed to specifically observe, report, analyze, and facilitate response to violent threats identified on prior, during, and after the elections throughout the country. The CSO Coalition and NEC, in collaboration with the National Human Rights Commission, deployed about 125 observers to hotspot areas across the length and breadth of the country. It should be noted that the deployment was informed by the mapping of hotspot area across the country that was previously carried out. The ESR is divided into data gathering decks, analysis decks, decision decks, communication, and will be operated by personnel from civil society groups, trained and assigned responsibility to deliver data, provide analysis, and quick interventions. The multifaceted ESR is a departure from the traditional election observation and is uniquely developed to support the mitigation of violent incidents through preventive diplomacy and dialogue with political actors. When required. It also focuses on strategic partnership and communication with state-operated situation rooms for quick security response. Hence, my role this afternoon is just to give the welcome remarks. Kindly allow me to quickly, on behalf of the coalition and NEC, thank our partners, without whom it would have been very difficult to operationalize this ESR. Special thanks goes to the ECOWAS Permanent Mission in the Gambia for being the main funder of today's this situation room. Many thanks also to International Ideas. They supported the majority of observers. And we would also like to thank the government of Italy through the UNDP, who have been supporting the various engagements of the National Election Response Group in the forms of town hall meetings and long-term observers. So on that note, I wish to thank you very much, and thanks for your kind attention.
For the 6th National Assembly. Of these 251, you have 85 candidates that are independent candidates, and 19 of the 251 are women. 19 women candidates contesting. In addition, we have one candidate with disability. I must say that having 19 women is a great leap, but not necessarily what we are aiming at. We're aiming for more. We have preliminary observations thus far. And I must say thus far because this is the first press conference, and we are still working on the issues and situation as we get them. So far, we must say that generally, the campaign period and activities were very peaceful. So far, peaceful. To the impartial role of the Inter-Party Committee, the IPC, in coordinating the relationship and serving as a dialogue platform among political parties. 3, judiciary continue to play a crucial role in the electoral process. For example, one of the rejected candidates for UNDP filed petition at High Court, which went through due process and was eventually dismissed. 4, the IEC is giving priority to persons with disability, pregnant, and nursing mother for voting, which is greatly welcomed. In terms of recommendation, then we have an issue that generally citizens did not attend to COVID protocols during the nomination process and campaign period, as well as voting. The protocol of COVID is still alive, but unfortunately it was not fully adhered to. Generally, there has been balanced media coverage of the political processes in the mainstream media. This, I think, we take with great appreciation. The election is being observed by a high number of domestic and international election observers missions. This is expected to contribute to enhance the credibility of the electoral process. In terms of preliminary recommendations, 1, the IEC, political parties, and the general public should ensure strict compliance with the COVID-19 protocols during the voting to prevent an incident or increase in cases after the election. 2, the IEC and the Gambia Police Force should uphold the principle of neutrality, impartiality, and professionalism in the discharge of their duties and respect for human rights. 3, political parties and supporters are encouraged to maintain law and order to ensure that all eligible voters are able to exercise their fundamental rights. 4, IEC to ensure that all internally displaced and eligible voters are able to exercise their rights to vote. 5, the Gambia Press Union should advise its members to respect the ethics of journalism and refrain from disseminating any information that could escalate tension. 6, the general public is encouraged to verify before sharing any information on social media or other platforms. 7, the IEC should keep frequent communication flow with the general public at all levels throughout the electoral process. And 8, political actors should observe the provision of the electoral laws, the code of conduct of political parties, and the voluntary code of conduct. Conclusion. We call on all stakeholders to be tolerant of the electoral process and each other, true to the ideals of peace and social cohesion. The ESR is committed to observing the ethics, integrity, and transparency of the electoral process in order to contribute to the prevention of violence and human rights violation. The ESR will make public its preliminary statement on Sunday, December 5th, 2022, and a general report at the end of the electoral process. Finally, we recognize the support we've obtained from donors and partners, and we, as you can see here, is a complete team of actors who are committed to ensuring peaceful and credible election. I thank you all.
Thank you all, Doctor.
This is the first briefing, and another to be done at 7 p.m. as all the informations got put together.